Good morning and welcome to the Standing Committee meeting for Wednesday, January 12th, 2022. Council members are encouraging virtual public participation as there is limited seating in council chambers due to the rising number in COVID-19 infections in the area. All meetings will be live streamed on the city website and the city channel, YouTube channel. Our first order of business is our roll call. Will clerk please take the roll?
Reverend Burgess.
Here.
Mr. Coghill. Ms. Gross. Mr. Kraus.
Here.
Mr. O'Connor.
Here.
Mrs. Cal Smith.
Here.
Ms. Strasburger.
Here.
Mr. Wilson.
Here.
Mr. Lavelle, Chair.
Here.
7 members present.
Thank you. Our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind all speakers that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which are or may be before city council, and profanity will not be permitted. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller. Please restate your name and provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak.
Dr. Ronald N. Miller, Belsuver, Columbus, Ohio. I also have a residence in Montevideo, Uruguay. Global Intelligence Society U.S. National Candidate 2024. In the early 2000s, I became a member of the America Society in New York City, New York. The CGSII, Center for Global Studies International Interdisciplinary, which I founded, is incorporated in New York State and Pennsylvania. The goal to create parallel alternative governance to the party-led, party-dominated alienative government, in our view. U.S. Congress and Pittsburgh Council represent only 66% of the people. No, 33% of the people, 66% do not support this council. And we want to do that via global intelligence fusion of the intelligences and informational frames of the 21 prime disciplines. January 2022 is South North American and Native American Intelligence Month, copyright RLM, 2012 and 2022. A concern of this city council is the globality that applies to the Americas. Love you, Bruna Lorenzi, Uruguayana. I and the Global Intelligence Society are seeking a link with Montevideo, capital of the República Oriental de Uruguay. We in Pittsburgh and the USA have much to learn, in my view, from Montevideo and Uruguay on direct vote-by-voter verification establishment of government. The Economist Intelligence Unit ranks Uruguay 1 for democracy in Latin America, 2021, 8 in the world. USA is ranked 25. Uruguay has a president, Luis Lacalle, and chambers of senators and representatives. The USA and Pittsburgh, I think, should learn from Uruguayan political flexibility. Uruguay has changed its foundational legal document, its constitution, 6 times since independence, the last being in 1967. Necessary, I think it is, for the USA to change to a new constitution, necessary for Pittsburgh to change to a home rule charter that ensures vote-by-voter verification. The USA and Pittsburgh should learn, I think, from Uruguayan political corporativity. Uruguay created a provision in its 1967 constitution to recognize that power resides in the Uruguayan people. That provision allows the people to initiate and to repeal law via direct vote nationwide referendum. I think that the USA should do so, a referendum to require vote-by-voter verification nationwide, and I think we should do so in the city of Pittsburgh. Look, Uruguay is a model for democracy. The USA at the moment is not.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker, whom I do not see, is Barbara Brandom. Our next registered speaker is Ikohana Halmalkina.
For far too long, there has been deliberate actions taken by the U.S. government to hide and suppress our true identity, most notably documented in the speech given by Frederick Douglass 128 years ago on the floor of Congress. He gave a speech titled "The Folly of Colonization" in 1894 on January 9th. Before I go any further, I must define the definition of folly and colonization to set the tone. In etymology, the word folly is defined by a mental weakness or foolish behavior. Colonization in etymology dictionaries is defined as the act or process of colonizing, the state of being a colony. The action from colonize in U.S. history, the movement for assisted immigration of quote unquote free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies there. You may have to, in your time, rewind this statement so you understand what is actually being said, or take your time and read The Folly of Colonization yourself. And Frederick Douglass states in The Folly of Colonization, it is the proposition to colonize the colored people of America in Africa or somewhere else. It is all nonsense to talk about the removal of 8 million people from their homes in America to Africa. So you see, Frederick Douglass himself knew that there was a plot to hide the identity of the indigenous people of America. And so he gave a speech on the floor of Congress to ensure that even beyond his death, the people of America would know that their home was surely in the Americas. And so I implore each of you, I know that Reverend Ricky Burgess is interested in history. I would encourage you yourself to read this literary work by a notable man in history, Frederick Douglass. He wrote about us and America being our home. This is our home, and I will remind you of your duty, your fiduciary duty to the indigenous people of America. And I yield the rest of my time.
Very much. Our last registered speakers are Daniel Bonga and Nancy Bonga, neither of whom I see at this time. Therefore, we'll open it up to anyone in chambers who would like to speak. Please come to the podium, provide your name, neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes.
My name is Les Ludwig. I live at 6589 Rosemore Street in Squirrel Hill. And I'm back again today as a follow-up to my statements yesterday to try and lay out a format that would cover what I said yesterday as a suggestion, because I'm not a legislation writer, but I want to make my suggestions known. We, the people of the Citizens Council of Pittsburgh, rise to the challenge in our society that is sorely divided to remove any language that demeans any group of people in our society, that we are only one nation under God with liberty and justice for all, and that it be finable, that a fine could be applied to anyone who at this platform makes a reference in the languages that have been used since almost time immemorial to divide us. We're one people, and therefore we have to start talking to each other so that we recognize the oneness of our relationship and hope that we can preserve the democracy that we have and hold so dear. I thank you, and I hope that you'll act on it, that you will not put it off into past tense. You'll be hearing from me again. If I don't hear something, and I believe that the power is here and the understanding of the problems is here. So let's get busy and get a motion seconded and put into committee for study so that a proper resolution can be made. I thank you.
Very much. Are there any other speakers with us today? Either in chambers and or line? Are there any other speakers? Seeing none, that will move us on to our standing committee agenda. Our first action of the day is to approve the invoices. May we have a motion to approve the invoice?
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Invoices are approved. Our next committee of the day is Public Works Committee chaired by Councilman Coghill. We have one new paper, Bill 7.
Bill number 7, resolution authorizing the mayor and director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement with the Housing Authority of Pittsburgh.
Motion to approve. Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is recommended. Land Use and Economic, our next committee is Land Use and Economic Development, which is chaired by Councilman Wilson. Our first deferred paper is Bill 2122.
Bill 2122, resolution approving a new institutional master plan under the Pittsburgh Code Title 9 zoning Article 2, Chapter 905, Section 90503B, and Article 7, Chapter 922, Section 92212G for Duquesne University entitled Duquesne University Institutional Master Plan dated September of 2021 on property currently zoned EMI, Educational Medical Institution District 1, Council District Number 6.
Bill 2123 as well.
Yep. Bill 2123, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code Title 9 zoning Article 1, Section 90203 zoning map by changing from Uptown Public Realm Sub-District A to Educational Medical Institution, a certain property at 1323 Forbes Avenue, Block 1L, Lot number 42, in the Allegheny County Block and Lot System. A portion of the parcel is currently zoned Uptown Public Realm Sub-District A.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Burgess.
Just very quickly, I want to, this is not directly related to the bill, but I have two children that are current Duquesne students, both in graduate school there. But I want to congratulate a friend of mine, a friend of my wife's actually, Crystal McCormick Ware, who was named the inaugural Chief Diversity Officer of Duquesne. Crystal is a friend of my wife's. Her daughter, as you know, Councilman Lavelle, her daughter babysit your children, and her daughter is close friends with my daughter. And they both went to Duquesne undergrad together and grew up together and were friends together. I think she's doing her master's at West Virginia.
Yep.
An MBA at West Virginia University, top of my head. So I want to congratulate Crystal publicly. Duquesne could not have found a better person. She is as kind as a person as she is as competent as a professional. And so congratulations, Crystal. We love you.
I'm just going to have to say to that, Duquesne obviously knows what they're doing. They took one of our best in Dan Gilman. So I just mentioned that Duquesne's doing a lot of great things.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Both bills receive an affirmative recommendation. New papers, Bill 12.
Bill 12, ordinance amending and supplementing the city code at Title 6, Conduct Article 1, Regulated Rights and Actions by adding a new chapter 610 entitled Prohibition on Use of Certain Bags and Checkout Bag Charge to permit the use of only certain bags by retail establishments at the point of sale or for a delivery, and establishing a charge payable by the customer to the establishment for the provision of other types of bags, all under certain terms and conditions.
Motion to approve discussion.
Second.
I'd like to defer to the councilperson Strasburger.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd like to make a motion to hold for 3 weeks.
Second.
Second.
Discussion, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? It will be held 3 weeks. That takes us to our Urban Recreation Committee chaired by Councilman Burgess. First new papers, number 5.
Bill number 5, resolution authorizing the Director of the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Director of the Department of Public Safety and Director of Office of Management and Budget to enter into an agreement with individual amounts of $10,000 or less with performers, instructors, artists, referees, and persons with specialized skills in connection with the department's recreational and instructional programs and special event services.
Motion to approve.
Second. Second.
Discussion, seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Bill is recommended. Bill number 6.
Bill number 6, resolution providing for an agreement, lease and/or license agreement for the use of certain property for senior facilities for the provision of center services to seniors in an amount not to exceed $15,200 chargeable to and payable from the Senior Citizens Program Trust Fund in the Department of Parks and Recreation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Bill is recommended. Takes us to Intergovernmental Affairs Committee chaired by Councilwoman Gross. First new paper is Bill 8.
Bill number 8, resolution adopting the plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewer facilities plan for the Winchester Thurston School project, which will involve the redevelopment, renovation of an existing 2-story commercial retail building to create a new day school equipped with offices, classrooms, and restrooms. The site address is 4951 Center Avenue in the 8th Ward.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Bill is recommended. That takes us to Bill number 9.
Bill number 9, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewer facilities plan for 405 North Beatty Street.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bill is recommended. That takes us to our last bill, number 10.
Bill number 10, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewer facilities plan for Chartiers Playground, 3793 Chartiers Avenue in the 28th Ward of Allegheny County.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion.
Council
Just
President.
briefly, I just want to thank Councilwoman Gross for putting this through. And just want to point out that this is for the spray park in Chartiers City, which are so eager to have on our side. It will be the first one in districts in the West End. Thank you.
Congratulations, Councilwoman.
Thank you. Thank you. We're so excited.
Congratulations. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Bill is recommended. That does exhaust our agenda for today. We do have meeting announcements. This afternoon at 1:30 p.m., council will host a cablecast public hearing on Bill 2124 as it relates to the Pittsburgh Theological Seminary Institutional Master Plan. To register to speak, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage by 11:30 a.m. this morning. You may also call the city clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Next week, council offices will be closed on Monday, January 17th in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Council will then hold our regular and standing committee meetings on Tuesday, January 18th and Wednesday, January 19th, respectively. Both meetings will be held at 10 a.m. To register to speak, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage by 9 a.m. the morning of said meeting. You may also call the city clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Any announcements from members, Madam President?
Thank you. I just want to remind people that Martin Luther King Day is on Monday and that we'll do something as a body to honor that day, but we'll talk with you and some of the members about what we can do. We're thinking about maybe making a donation to the charity that we think will honor Martin Luther King's legacy. And I also want to introduce, I did introduce on a Tuesday, our new solicitor, city council solicitor, I want to introduce again here for anybody who may not watch on Tuesdays, our new solicitor who advises us on legal matters before city council or that may be before city council, and including helping us with the Wilkinsburg merger or annexation bills that we have before us now. Or we don't have before us, but that we were ordered to have a hearing on. And I just want to say that I really appreciate all that he does, and I appreciate during the process, one of the things Reverend Burgess made sure of is that we had somebody with municipal law background. And so I want to say that you also previously worked, not only do you have municipal law background, you worked for the city of Pittsburgh's law department, so you have extensive knowledge. So we're really thankful for that, and that you'll be sharing that and helping the residents of Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Coghill.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to echo those same thoughts. You know, I think some of us had questions as to should we hire counsel? But I've already used Mr. Friedson at least 2 or 3 times on my own accord. And then I saw yesterday him jumping in at the end of the meeting and explaining, you know, so I think it's going to be very beneficial to us to have him on board. And Dan, I think you're doing a great job so far. So thanks.
Thank you. Anything else from members? Not, we need a motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Say aye.
Aye.
You are adjourned.
Thanks.